What is growing on? So out here this morning, it's about mid-June. I think today's the 17th. It's about 6:30 in the morning, and we're gonna be cutting back the Syntropic system. I haven't done any type of follow-up here since Jim was here. I actually just spoke to him last night. Everything's going really good in Maine. Still looking at that August trip. But today we're gonna cut back all of the grass, all of the Fomengia, probably prune some of the mulberries. I do plan on maybe even giving some fertilizer to a few of the fruit trees, maybe some compost to the bananas. Definitely going to cut back some of the other nitrogen fixtures we have in here. There's still some old deadwood off the cassava that needs to be cut back. We'll top out the moringa trees. So overall haircut throughout the space. I had goals and wishes today of doing some tilling, maybe getting some more seed in here. I didn't have time. I don't own a tiller. I was going to go rent one. I didn't have time to grab one yesterday. Brian, who works with us, says he has one at his farm. Maybe he's going to bring it next week, so maybe I'll make another video, till some areas, try to get some of this Mombasa seed going better in here, because you can really see the bigger blades where they're coming up, you know, down towards the end of the row. I mean, this over here, and this cuts just way easier than the Bahia grass, so you see really nice Mombasa on the edges, barely coming up in the center. Really nice Mombasa, you know, and starting to come up really good in the center. So this is probably my thickest row. And as we get down this way, it's definitely a little bit thinner. I did notice we've got our first rack of bananas. Citrus has gotten way bigger. Avocados are doing really good. Haven't even let the chickens out this morning. Ryan's actually over there taking care of them while I got the camera equipment ready and just shot a little intro here. So we're gonna cut some grass, we're gonna do some pruning, gonna do some feeding. Pretty impressed with the system. I was actually over there last night looking across it, and it's gotten really well developed. I mean, for this only being a 1-year-old system, it's grown in really well. Hardly has any weeds, hasn't gotten a lot of attention, so it's doing really good. In my opinion, I think the big thing that we want to see here, or eventually see start to happen, is to mechanicalize the cutting system. Cutting this with the scythe is a little bit of an undertaking. It's going to take us an hour or two. You know, if I had a machine that didn't dice it and mince it up like a regular lawnmower, you know, and mulch it into a million pieces, but a machine that just cut it like a sickle blade, and then we could just rake the material, I could cut this whole thing in probably, you know, 15, 20 minutes. So I think mechanicalizing equipment like that is what's going to take this system to scale. Super, super impressed with these interlobium trees. The branching on them, I mean, they're just beefy looking trees. Some of them are getting, you know, trunks on them that are 4 or 5 inches already. Compared to the Lucana, that seems to be a little bit more scraggly. These are all the interlobium on the end, and the second one is the Lucana, which is that taller one right here. But you guys ready to cut some grass? We'll get some of that drone action. Whoa. All right, let's cut it back. Oh yeah, the windbreak's sewing in really nicely along here. These bamboos have been putting on some good shoots. By next year, they'll be twice the size. All right, so what is growing on? A little mid-prune update, show you guys what the coppicing is looking like. About an hour and a half into this, we've got 3.5 rows cut so far and 3.5 ready to go. All of Lucana, interlobium, and Grevillea have been cut back. I also pruned the Fomengia. Pigeon pea seems to be gone out of the system, and we've actually done a little bit of fertilizing and biochar compost action on the bananas, or have started. Have to finish that still. But I am in love with the interlobium. Those trees look great. Lucana definitely has a little bit more of a wild growth pattern. Oh, there's the scythe master himself. Hey man, Jim would be proud. Woo! One scythe revolution. These rows are going to be a little easier because there's a lot more Mombasa. So you guys can see the difference here. Whoa! Look at the grass. I can barely see across this thing. So resetting the system. Definitely noticed a couple papayas that are gone. I could be replanting. I saw a loquat that's gone. I could be replanting. Not a kind of crazy pruning technique with these nitrogen fixers. I have been tipping some of the mulberries and avocados also while I've been in here. Whoa, definitely a huge difference having some help on this. Whoa, whoa, cutting them nanners back. All right, so still got the interlobium and Lucanas in this row. All of these are pruned, and you can see I've started to kind of feed the bananas here, a couple of scoops on each, and this is a compost, biochar, organic fertilizer blend. You can see I put the fertilizer right on top, and I've had this charging now for about 2 months back in the nursery bin. Not quite pulling all the way into the row. I don't want to compact the soil too badly, but resetting the system. I think we might actually come through with a little bit of old mulch though and just cover that soil up so we're not leaving it exposed there on the top, giving any chance of weeds to come in. Let's see, we're getting the first rack of bananas here. Oh, we've gotten some pineapples out of the system, cassava, mulberries. I don't think I've had too many loquats or no avocados yet, but they are coming. All right. Little mid haircut update, so stay tuned. I'm going to pick this up one more time when we wrap up. All right, so that is a wrap. I actually managed to salvage a little bit of seed. I did overseed, and we're putting some top layer of compost biochar on here right now. Some stuff that I actually do in-house and charge here in the back. And I saved about a half of that bag, and I bet you I used a pound per row, maybe a half a pound on the outside rows. This stuff's like 15 bucks a pound, so use it sparingly. It's hard to find. And I am talking about that Mombasa seed. So chopped everything back, we cut all the grass, we raked everything in, put some fertilizer on the fruit trees, put some fertilizer on the bananas, put some compost biochar on the bananas, and a top dress of mulch. It is a little hot, can't wait to get out of here. I already let one of the guys go about an hour and a half ago, and we got off of this for a little bit. And you can see we really got a nice coat down on that seed, and I really truly believe if I can get the seed to germinate, it'll come up and get bigger than the bahia and hopefully shade it out. But I could be wrong. Everybody else has told me till. Like I said, I failed with the till the first time. We had some heavy rains and all that seed. What actually happened was washed to that far low spot in the west corner over there in the north. So yeah, everything's pruned back, all the nitrogen fixing trees. Gave these guys a little extra love. They're getting nice rains now, so I've been able to shut off that irrigation. Suriname cherries down here doing really good. And that's it. We've reset the system. Definitely see some gaps and things I can add. Want to do some more Flamingia. Probably should put some papayas back in here. Cassava's looking great. And I'm loving the biomass that's coming off of these nitrogen fixing trees. You know, believe it or not, I'd actually like to add maybe another 2 interlobium per row, because the branches on those are so straight. It's a lot less work when you're doing that chop and drop coppice process. You know, it's straight pieces. They're perfectly straight. A lot of times when I'm cutting limbs, I can lay that whole limb in the bed. You know, that's what we did around every one of these beds with all of that hardwood material, old dead pieces of cassava, cut back the mulberry, like I said, cut back the Flamingias. Yeah, everything got a hard prune in here. So hope you guys enjoyed the Syntropic update. Drop me a line down below if you want to see the next one when I'm out here. Let me know if you want to see how this seed does. Try to make a video in another month or two when it's time to cut the grass. I would say about 6 weeks. So I'll be back. It's hot. I want to put this camera down. Heading to go get you guys another follow-up video. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, if you do, make sure you hit that bell to stay notified. Most importantly, you guys need to get out there and pound grass, grass-fed fruit trees. Bye.